time for Tomahawk Takes.
It's time for Tomahawk Takes, where we preview the previous Braves series. And this segment is brought to you by SeatGeek. Use code CHOPSEAT at SeatGeek to get $20 off your first purchase. Again, use code CHOPSEAT for $20 off your first purchase on SeatGeek. So like I said in the intro, it was a 3-game set that started on Tuesday night at Citizens Bank Park. The Braves lost a few games there before coming into Philly, trying to turn things around. And again, this is what happened. This is what happened. Game 1, they lose this one 2-0. It was Ranger Suarez against Spencer Strider. You kind of felt good going into it, but you kind of didn't because, yes, you had Spencer Strider, but you also had Ranger Suarez for the Phillies. And like I had said before, the Braves cannot figure this guy out for some reason. They can never get to him, never really get to him. He went 6 scoreless innings, a stellar performance by him. He had 8 strikeouts. For the Braves, Spencer Strider, he allowed 1 run over 4 2/3, striking out 7, but his control was little here and there. He was struggling with the control, and we saw that in the bottom of the first. Bryce Harper, he gets hit with a 95-mile-per-hour fastball right in the elbow. And since then, he has not played a game. He's still out. Today's Friday. Like I said, he hasn't played. I don't think he's in the lineup today. So they are taking it day by day for him. He hasn't been placed on the IL yet. Hopefully, he doesn't need to go on the IL because you don't want to see one of the best players in the game go down for a long time or for a good while. Even though it's the rival Phillies, you don't want to see that happen. Harper's one of the best, but yeah, he got plunked right in the elbow. He was out since then. In the second inning, Alec Bohm, he walked. Then he advances, and then he scores on a Max Kepler RBI double that makes it 1-0. And after that, both offenses were pretty quiet. Not much action going on, especially for the Braves. And then in the 8th inning, my boy comes in, Daysbel Hernandez. He starts struggling now. He ends up getting into a jam. He walks the bases. Bases get loaded. And then JT Realmuto comes up to the plate. He draws a walk. That forces in the second run, and that's the ball game right there. It's 2-0 Phillies. That's the final score for Game 1 on Tuesday night. Game 2 scheduled for Wednesday. It was pouring all day in Philly, even up here in Connecticut, Northeast tri-state area. That game was canceled, so they end up postponing it. Like I just mentioned, they had 2 games, a doubleheader on Thursday. Game 1 was scheduled for 1:05 p.m. And guess what? The Braves lose this one again, 5-4, a close one. This one could have been won. It could have gone either way, but it goes the Phillies' way. And AJ Smith-Shawver, he pitches 2 and 2/3. He gets hit with a comebacker in the ankle area. And then after that, the next batter he faces, he comes out of the game with some discomfort in his throwing arm. And apparently after the game, he mentioned that he felt a pop, and that was it. He has a torn UCL, and he'll be out for the rest of the season. They're trying to see if he's going to do Tommy John or the other brace surgery. I can't think of it right now. So, like I said, I'm winging it. The same brace surgery that or brace procedure that Spencer Strider just got done. So I guess they're going to see what's the best option for him. After he came out the game, Scott Blewett, he's been pretty good in relief, and he did a pretty good job. He went 2 1/3. 2 1/3. 5 hits allowed. He got tagged here and there, but it was only resulted in 1 run, and that wasn't even earned. He gave up 1 walk and 3 Ks. So again, Scott Blewett, man, he's kind of been the long relief guy, or even 2 games we had extra inning games, and I believe one of them he pitched the 10th and the 11th inning, but that ghost runner starting the inning on second, he didn't even allow those guys to come in. He's been phenomenal, to be honest. Again, he's been phenomenal. Can't say anything bad about him. He's been doing his job when he comes in and gets a chance. Also, another injury in this game, Stuart Fairchild. He suffered a dislocated pinky. He got spiked sliding into the bag, and he was out. So the Braves get two injuries in a matter of just minutes. Two injuries, two really bad injuries in a matter of minutes. Like I said, unfortunately, Smith Shawver is out for the season. That's a big blow to the Braves starting staff. I believe Bryce Elder is now called up again in order to take that spot. So we'll have some more info on that in a little bit. But in the third inning, Rafael Marchan, the catcher, he hits a 2-run homer. He gives the Phillies a 2-0 lead. In the fourth inning, it could have been worse, but Michael Harris the second, he robs a 3-run homer, a sick play if you haven't seen it. Man, this guy, dude, he might be one of the best center fielders we've seen, especially nowadays. He got to be. Who's better than him right now? Defensively, who's better than him? I think I'm gonna put him one. I would put him one. I'm not. You can say that I'm biased or whatever you guys want to say, but I really do think defensively he is number one right now in the game, and he shows it game in, game out, day in and day out. He's always turning up out there in center field. You hit anything towards him, he's snagging it. He's not playing any games. That's what I love about Michael Harris II. In the fifth inning, Trey Turner, he singled in a run, extending the lead 3-0. The Braves are down. But in the top of the sixth, Braves, Sean Murphy and Ronald Acuna, they each had RBI singles. They narrowed the gap down 3-2. Bottom of the seventh, Kyle Schwarber, he hits a Schwarber bomb. That's his 19th of the season. That was off of Pierce Johnson. That makes it 4-2 Phillies. Bottom of the eighth, my boy again, Daysbel Hernandez. He struggles yet again. I've been saying hashtag make Daysbel the closer, but those last two appearances that he was shaky. Nicholas Castellanos, he singles. Max Kepler, he's walked. Another walk after a sacrifice. And then Daysbel, he hits Rafael Marchan. He hits him. That forces him to go ahead run. So again, Daysbel, he seems to get an out or two, and then he loads up the bases, and then he can't get out the jam. He's been shaky the last two appearances, but I'm still gonna rock with my boy. I think he has a good arm. I think something's off right now. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a mental thing. Not really sure, but I think we're not gonna bury the dude now just because of two bad appearances. We've seen worse when it comes to this bullpen. You know what I'm talking about. But anyways, top of the ninth, Braves had a huge chance. Ozzie gets on base to lead off the inning. He gets thrown out trying to steal second with Riley at the plate. Rafael Marchan, he just gunned him out. But then they end up loading the bases with two outs. Who's up to the plate? Eli White. Eli White comes up with 2 outs, bases loaded. That's an opportunity everyone wants. You dream about this moment as a kid. And he gets rung up. It was a ball. You saw the game. It was I think it was outside, low and outside. But the umpire, he's trying to get this game over with. He rings him up. He's struck out looking, and that's the ball game. It kind of sucks to see that game end like that. You kind of wish you had the ABS system in place already, but we're not there yet. So that's game over. The Braves lose this one by a final score of 5-4, and they got to wait till the nightcap to see if they can avoid the sweep. The game was scheduled for 6:05, I believe, or 6:45. And also a note about that game that I just mentioned. Ronald Acuna Jr., he was supposed to get that game off to play the night game. But with Stuart Fairchild going down, he ends up coming into the game. So he ends up playing both games on Thursday. Thursday evening game, it was a game started for us now. Braves win this one 9-3. He pitches 6 scoreless innings, strikes out 8, and he becomes the fastest pitcher to reach 2,500 career strikeouts by innings pitched. Congratulations, Chris Sale. Thank you for holding it down because we needed this one. And in the fourth inning, Ozzie Albies, he hits a 2-run homer. The Braves were up 2-0 at that point. That makes it 4-0. In the sixth inning, the Braves add 2 more runs, extending the lead 6-0. In the seventh, Austin Riley contributes with a double and a homer, totaling 4 RBIs. And then the ninth inning, Phillies scored 3 runs, including a Trey Turner RBI single, but that was just not enough. The Braves won that one 9-3, and they score off of Raisel Iglesias. He comes in, has a big lead just so he could get some work. He didn't pitch in the previous 2 games. So you kind of thinking, let's get Raisel in. No pressure in this one. There's no pressure at all. You don't got to see Harper because Harper kills you. But again, no pressure at all. Just come in, get the 3 outs. He gets scored on again. So he's still not, they put him in a spot where for him to be successful, he was successful. Obviously, he had a huge lead. But you want to see this guy get a 1-2-3 inning at some point. Like or not even if you don't get a 1-2-3 inning. All right, let's say one guy gets on, but get out of it cleanly. No runners scored, but if that was not the case in this one. But again, at least the Braves get the W. I was starting to I'm like, if we get swept by the Phillies right now, it's not going to be a good look. I'm like, it's tough. These games are tough to watch because of those first 2 games. But that's what this team does. Right when you're like, you know what, this team's not going anywhere, I give up. They come out, the offense shows out, they score 9, and now you're like, okay, maybe the offense is waking up now. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is the game that gets everyone going. So you just got to wait and see. We got to wait and see what happens. We got to wait to see the next matchup on the Braves forecast and see who they're facing and see how they line up against them. But again, the Phillies, they take 2 out of 3. They improved to 36-20, while the Braves are now 26-29, 3 games under the 500 mark yet again. Like I had mentioned, the injury news, Stuart Fairchild, he's now on a 10-day injured list with that dislocated pinky finger. Smith Shawver, he's been placed on the 60-day IL. Like he's out for the rest of the season. So he'll be there. Left-handed pitcher Dylan Dodd, he got some action in the second game after Daysbell was struggling. He's going to stay up. Jose Azocar, he's coming up to take that spot for Stuart Fairchild. And in the conclusion of Thursday's doubleheader, right-handed pitcher Michael Peterson, he was optioned to AAA Gwinnett. And also Nick Allen in the second game of that doubleheader, he got hit in the hand while swinging. He's out now. Luke Williams had to come in and play short for him. We got to wait and see what happens with Nick Allen, if he's going to be placed on the IL or he's going to be just taking it day to day. So it's kind of a bad trade-off, or it kind of evens out, I guess. You get Bryce Harper out, you hit him, he's out for a whole bunch of games, and then I guess to make it fair, Fairchild goes down, Nick Allen's going down, Smith Shawver goes down for the rest of the season. So I guess, they got their payback. I know people were saying, somebody should get plunked from the Braves for hitting Harper in that first game. That didn't happen, but hey, we got 3 injuries, guys. So I guess we could say it's balanced out. But anyways, that was it for Tomahawk Takes. And now we're headed into our next segment.